last night we went to the Provence show, and we were so beyond excited to go to the show and saw lots and lots of people that we knew, both that we know of and that we know personally. So that's always fun to see the fashion industry come together to celebrate a designer and their creations that they've been working so hard to make on time. For this is your deadline, the show happens, and so everything beforehand has to be done by this time. So the show opened, and it was Joan Smalls, Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, Winnie Harlow, all of these top models that you hear about and actually get to see on the runway. Is incredible to see them in person, and also the new collection. So Probel's collection was extremely colorful. It was the first time that he did men's, so that was exciting to be a part of that celebration. And we felt that the runway was diverse in terms of ethnicity and also size. There were some plus size models, and Probel has always been really great about plus size and
inclusivity. He's just a very cool guy.
Yes,
and an incredible show.
Yes, so proud of him.
Beautiful collection.
And just almost brought to tears by the
music and the event and
all the people that were there. You're sitting in a room with so many people that you admire and look up to. And it was just such a special experience. So you arrive, there's a specific time and entrance, and basically with fashion shows there is someone assigned to hair, makeup, and manicures, nails. So for example, we went backstage at the Tibby show, and Aveda did the hair, Bobby Brown did the makeup, and Jen Soon did the nails. So you'll need to watch the Jen Soon video that we interviewed her on our YouTube channel to really go in depth into what that looks like beforehand, the prep, putting together the look. But you arrive backstage, and the models are usually rushing in from their previous show, and then they need to get hair, makeup, and nails done at the same time usually, and then all of a sudden it's time for the run through. So they need to do the walkthrough and practice before the show starts, before the guests start arriving. There's a lot of bloggers or backstage beauty people also there, editors or writers, so that they're interviewing all the hair, makeup, and nails people to be able to tell their audience about exactly what the beauty was for the show, and then how that they can recreate that look.
Like for Tibby, it was fashionably chipped nails, which of course I'd never heard of. So that was an interesting, it was a clear polish and then a little dab of color. And then one nail was left to be painted with just glitter, right, on every hand. So it's interesting to see the amount of detail that goes into it all.
Well, the way that we got to go backstage is because Jen Soon was my vendor when I worked at Barney's on the buying team, on the cosmetic team. So I've known her for about 4 years, and I got to go backstage with her my first year when I was working to, I think, at least 3 shows since she was doing the nails. So again, as I say all the time, it's all about relationships. So you have a conversation with your connection, and then they say, well, talk to my PR people and see if you can come backstage to any shows. And so that's what happened. I emailed someone in PR. So with Fashion Month, PR runs the show, and even basically the designers, they hire PR companies, and those are the key holders to tickets. So you speak with the design team, definitely, but also the PR team is really who's in charge of the tickets. With fashion shows, they're running late, so either the venue isn't open yet, it's not ready, or so then you're waiting outside, or then once you get inside, you're definitely always waiting. So there's either standing or seated tickets. So if you are a blogger, influencer, editor, buyer, if you have one of those roles, then you probably have a seat. And then the other option is standing ticket. So both work. Obviously seated on the front row is ideal, but sometimes, and
Second row is not too bad either.
no, and they seem to be making the location smaller and smaller. So then there's limited seating. So if you're standing, you can definitely still see.
This is one of the big highlights of our week that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. I've talked before about my mentor and a woman that I admire so much. She is the doyen of Bergdorf Goodman. She has been there for many, many years. She started the personal shopper department at Bergdorf's, and there have been books written about her and by her and many articles about her, and she's just a fabulous, inspirational woman. And we were going to get to go with her to see Libertine, who the creator is Johnson Hartig, but she's not feeling up to going tonight, so we're going to go with her assistant Maria, who we love as well. So Johnson, she introduced me to the brand. She is a good friend of his, Betty is, and she wrote the foreword to his book, which is an amazing book. To me, he's just as much or more of an artist than he is a fashion designer. Each piece seems to be a little bit different than the last. This is one of his, the screen printing patterns that he does, and he started all this embellishment that's going on today with all these designers and brands. He was doing it with sequins and stones and everything long before anybody else was. So see the back of the jacket. You see it?
Ooh,
Isn't that cool?
I like it.
Very, very cool.
Well, the brand was founded in 2001, and he lives in LA with his rescue dog. And we know that we're obsessed with his pieces. Each one is truly like a work of art, and it was saying in the article, similar to The Style That Binds Us, that he ricochets between art, fashion, culture, design, all of it blended together to create these incredible pieces.
His show, I just know, is going to be mind-blowing. I just know it's going to be so exciting and so super cool. it's raining and sometimes it's really hot and you wonder why you're doing it.
And maybe we'll even go live during the show, so you can be there too.